Say it in comments. Say it in comments.
You're listening to Say It in Comment, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Seth Templin.
Tyra Merle.
Dustin Volts.
Anthony Tate.
Out of order. Gosh dang it. It's okay. It was good, though.
Dustin's not nearly as important as Anthony.
I am today.
Anyway, yeah, we're here. Happy to be here. It's been a while since we played some D&D, and we're going to play in a little bit. But we're going to talk about some stuff first. Already been talking about some stuff. These guys' heads are full of some video game things, so we'll be talking about that. But before we get into that, we just want to let you know that this episode and every episode is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull RPG.
And you can check them out at TigerSkullRPG.com, Patreon.com/TigerSkullRPG, or on their Instagram at TigerSkullRPG, YouTube TigerSkullRPG. Just check out Tiger Skull RPG. They create monthly 3D printable miniatures, 5th edition stats, NPC encounters. You got digital illustrations, loot drop cards, all kinds of neat stuff. Especially if you support on Patreon, you'll have access to some exclusive deals as well. But if you just want to check it out and try a little bit of it out before you make that commitment monthly, go to TigerSkullRPG.com and use our code Commoners30 for 30% off everything in the store. And also, I don't know if there's still an exclusive deal going on Patreon with Torchlight Press, but I'm going to shout out Torchlight Press anyway, because they're cool too. And I've not been told to say that. I don't know if they have any idea that I'm shouting them out on the podcast, but you know what? Go check out Torchlight Press for a bunch of cool adventure things.
Has anyone got me a candle yet?
I didn't get you a candle yet, but yeah, they make adventure-themed candles as well as all kinds of one-shot stuff and adventures and creatures and just cool things. Go check it out at torchlightpress.com. And also, to promote ourselves a little bit, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at The Commoners Official. And we're also on Twitch now. I've been doing some stuff on there and having a lot of fun streaming. And that is twitch.tv/commoners of DND. Literally an NDND. So we don't have any kind of strict schedule on that, but if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we always post when we're going to be getting on and doing some streaming.
Oh, dang it. I thought I split you, but I didn't.
Dustin and Seth are in a intense game of chess over here.
Yeah. Whatever it's called.
Board game.
It looks fairly close, although Dustin
beating me pretty good right
Dustin has more usable pieces on the board. Seth is down to 4 pawns, a rook, and a king, and it's looking pretty grim.
But honest to goodness,
Check.
And there we are in check.
Seth could get a pawn across that board.
Can't move forward. So, what's our first segment?
Seth, why don't you take out his pawn with that rook?
Because
he keeps checking me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got him on the roast right now.
Anyway, so first off, let's keep it common.
Yeah.
If we even remember anything about what happened in the last...
We listened to the whole thing today.
I listened to a large portion of it.
Yep.
I forgot to listen.
It ended in a crazy way.
Yep.
We've got people scattered out.
I have to finish it because we don't know exactly the wording of how it ends. But.
I mean, we are scattered abroad.
Oh, we split the party
Split the party 8 different ways. Me and Corvus are at Corvus's house. Buck is out with the children, showering them with expensive gifts.
like he does.
Gillard, Rask, Vistrid in a random orphanage.
Absolutely blew their cover.
And who is that? Is that everybody? Oh no, Urist is out crafting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Disconnect and Thren. Can't forget about him.
Yeah. He's in the middle of his brainwash or whatever it is.
So I want to know just between players. Say we're to get back together. I mean, like we still got to go find this Dewberry guy or something. Like that's the job at hand. We've gotten a little bit sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't really have any more information about him than we had to begin with.
Mm-mm.
So what are we going to do? We just got to go. I mean, we know in the area that he lives. We might can go ask around or something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not even focused on Dewberry right now because the whole story with Gillard, saying that he's one of the wardens.
Yeah, what the heck are y'all trying to do?
Well, originally we were trying to investigate the orphanage,
And what did you think you were going to find?
I mean, I wanted the root of the disappearance, or at least where the kids are going. Is kind of my thought, because Seth actually asked me this earlier. He was like, "What's Gillard's stance?" And it's like, well, Gillard knows that Bruce is a dead end because the kids won't stay with him. It's the best thing for them, but they're children. They don't understand that, and they live in a very rough environment.
Yeah.
And the circle is, it's like I think AJ or I think Quincy actually made this point. It's no better than something like the Academy. They're gonna have an upbringing where they're taught to do wrong for their own.
Not necessarily.
Well.
I think that was more Buck's point.
That's our. Well, the thing is, sir, we don't know. We know the circle is not a. It's not a revolutionary group, more like what the Inkling is, and so far we've only seen them act more in a really kind of like underground, kind of
a self-interest type of way.
Self-interest. I mean, possibly even. I mean, we don't know that they don't do like illegal things. To me, it feels like we're working with the mafia to stop a serial killer. Mm-hmm. Kind of like in the movie we watched. We'll get to that later in life events. I'm gonna lose this game that I'm winning.
You've been losing for a while.
Yeah,
just because you had more pieces. My pawns equaled out, so I'm up 9 right now, and you have 6, so I'm up.
Let's see.
Well, all he's got to do is put you in checkmate.
He can't.
We can't with 2 bishops.
I don't think you can. Well, with 2 bishops and a king, I can.
But I have too many pieces.
But he has this rook roaming around is the reason I can't check him. And I've been trying to be like, you want to trade? He's just like, no. I tried to trade that knight or one of my bishops for like a lot.
It's really funny though. What is happening in the game is something that I have been wanting to happen in our game for a long time now.
Us get split up?
No,
Party situation.
no, not necessarily.
The situation with Buck and Quincy, where they like split on a decision and they're like struggling to figure it out.
No, that happens all the time too.
I'm just liking that we're stuck in an area for a while, and now there's side quests popping
Seth
up.
likes a thing that we as players despise.
This is exactly what he likes because Seth loves. He seems to like the narrative that's driving the player driven. Conquest, but also the fact that we can kind of piddle around and level up before we have to go to some seriously crazy.
The thing is, in this area, like if we had piddled around in Derry, that wasn't really that dangerous.
Right.
Or piddled around at the Inkling, that wasn't dangerous.
Yeah.
But where we are right now, it's like the longer we're here, the more susceptible we are to getting ourselves into some kind of trouble.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like we get stir crazy as player characters. We want... we want to do so much, but it I don't know. It's
because we killed all those dudes down there.
Sure.
So we drew attention.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they know that it's us. I think it's the circle, which we're kind of working with the circle.
Yeah.
But the more good things we do,
Mm-hmm.
or the more we do, period, the more likely we are to draw attention.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be that. I know they were, trying to, muscle a place for money, but like they might have not have been the evil in the town that needed to be combated.
Here's how Seth is a DM or any DM. Here's how you make a party of good, whether they be lawful or chaotic good. Any party of good characters. Here's how you get them stuck: is you throw kids into the mix, give them children to try to figure something out with. Now you're stuck. That's just what you've got.
Yeah.
So was that an on the fly, or you knew
You
were going to have kids in that building?
Yeah, I knew I was going to have kids in that building.
But the orphanage was on the fly.
Yeah. That totally just ripped that off Skyrim pretty much. Like, oh, the kids, they don't want to go to the orphanage.
Like the Dark Brotherhood thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It was still good, though. Of course a kid doesn't want to go to an orphanage. But why? Kids disappear at the orphanage.
Right.
Kids are also possibly killed and eaten by the Duchess and her...
Yeah, what's the woman's name? Grelka?
Yeah, Grelka.
which I'm pretty sure that's a Skyrim name. It's got to be. I've
I
seen
mean,
Grelka.
he's confirmed it. Tyrell has confirmed it.
Oh, it's a hag or something?
I thought it was a hag. That's Melka.
Oh.
Grelka is the lady in Riften that is the armor stand.
Yeah. She sells armor. Can do you medium or heavy armor training or something?
Light, I think.
No, you're check.
It's light armor. I think.
Light armor
Yeah,
training?
but she sends you on a quest to get something. I forgot what it is, but she'll give you like a special set of armor if you come back to her later on.
Yeah, okay. Grelka. Yeah, that's right. Anyway.
So Tyrell, our resident lore master.
Okay, so I know Seth probably can't tell us a whole bunch. Dustin, what do you think your pull is as a
I don't
black
know.
cloak?
Because the big unknown for us as players is
What do they know?
the extent of the knowledge they know. They can't know. I mean, I remember at one point we heard we're not getting any so and so from the academy, so I'm just gonna have to make up what I can. And then Seth asked me yesterday on my way down. He's like, "Well, do you think you're gonna die?" I said, "I think I know an old lady that might die, but I don't think I'm gonna die." So we'll see.
There weren't black cloaks in the orphanage, were there?
No, but
No.
the woman, she sent her assistant out to get some.
Yeah.
right.
So black cloaks are en route. You don't know how long it's going to take, but
Yeah. Check.
Let me ask you this, Seth. I don't know if you can tell me this. Are black cloaks leveling with us?
I've not leveled them yet.
Is there any need to?
I thought you, when you said that, I thought you meant that on like a headspace.
Yeah.
You know, like, listen, we're in this. They don't know who they are. Are they going to level with this if we talk?
No, not level with us. Just
No,
like,
I got
are
you.
they going to get stronger? Are they like, or will they eventually become you can just beat them down because they're pretty tough? I wasn't originally that concerned about them.
I mean,
but
those spellcasters are no
the
joke.
casters are bad.
Yeah.
The other dudes aren't too bad. Although, do they have 3 attacks? Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the worst part about it, is that they do have 3 attacks.
Is that the basic black cloak or the captain or whatever? Or what is
No, that's like
There's an elite and a regular. Mm-hmm. And what's different about the elite, Dustin?
The elite is supposed to be higher level and therefore stronger.
Do you get the pawn or do you swap immediately when you do that? Okay, I thought you had to wait 3 turns or something to move it. That's just a stupid rule? Like in
rule.
pool, you have to, if somebody scratches, you have to put the cue ball behind the 2 dots. That's not a rule either.
Yeah, not a rule.
That's basically a penalty. Is that your kid?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Just zonked.
Yeah. Sorry.
You see the Hogs lost by 4 today?
Check.
So I mean, really, we're at a standstill here. We've been iced from the game since January, so it's now March. So there's not a whole lot of fine details that we can pin down here.
No. It's
But-
very, very open-ended.
Yeah, I mean that's
Not a
basically-
lot happened, but at the same time, a lot happened.
Yeah.
It went from like things were resolved. Stalemate?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, good game, fellas.
Hey, good job getting it
Because I
there.
can't pin
Because
you with a knight, with a king and a bishop.
I thought he was about to get you whenever you had it there next to the rook. I thought he was about to pin you into a corner, dude. But anyways,
That was probably the closest.
So we went from like kind of things were resolved to a point where like we're ready to move on to the next thing to like everything went scattered.
right.
So now it like nothing that much happened other like we didn't move forward any. It's almost like we moved backwards.
So
we're in
the
a
only-
mess now.
The only thing that we can really speculate on right now is like what's Quincy going to do? You know, what's the big thing in Quincy's mind right now to do? Just to kind of get us back to
Well,
the,
right now he's just sitting there aimlessly waiting on everybody to return.
Yeah.
But he definitely wants to get the kids dumped off somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
And he's still hard up on getting them to the he's wanting to take them to the circle.
he wants to take them to the circle.
Okay, so Quincy's like motivations have changed a lot. What do you consider his reasonings for changing so much? Because
Like in what way?
like when we were on the barge, Quincy was all like, "We got to do the right thing. We can't compromise our values." Like you and Buck were pretty much like hand in hand on the same page, and you were like, "We can't compromise our values. We can't change who we are just to achieve a mission." And now here we are in the thick of it, and he's like, let's just give this kid to this shady group that has this psycho assassin who failed his mission and then walks up walls, which I really hate personally.
I think Buck and Quincy were on the same side on the barge.
Right.
Quincy looked at it more as a diplomatic issue, like we're not going to get far if we behave like this. And Buck was more on the side of we don't need to behave like this. Right. And Quincy's more in like a strategic way where like we don't need to be drawing attention to ourselves. Also, in a moral sense of we have a God on our side that we know is good, and we don't want to do. So far we think no reason to think otherwise.
Right, no reason to think that.
We also had a God on our side that wasn't so good.
True, but we got rid of him. So he's just kind of like behaving in that way is not going to be good for us for the mission. And so
now, this is on the barge, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Quincy is more mission oriented than he is morally oriented, and he knows that life is rough, and obviously these kids have been dealt a bad hand, but so is he. So he's like, if they go to the circle, they're probably safe. They'll probably make money. They'll probably have a career. They have just as good of a chance of survival and having a good life as they would on the street.
I just find it interesting that Quincy was defending the crazy barkeep that from Porcelain Town or whatever, than the two orphans that we're dealing with now. I just find it interesting that Quincy's viewpoint has changed. And I wonder if that's more because, like for instance, I honestly think Bruce would be that they'd learn a trade. I mean, he knows you. We're assuming that as an ex-adventurer, he's a good person who would take care of them, teach them a trade. That it gives them a future, but they're also children who won't understand that. And when they see that they can work an entire day for 2 silver as opposed to stealing 10 gold, that's what they've already been exposed to. It's not a lifestyle they're really likely to stick to. But, so I understand the faults of working with Bruce, but also, and from Quincy's point of view, Bruce is also a connection. It's someone that he's close to in this town, right? I mean, it's one of your old friends, right?
And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to bring negative things to his friends because he feels like he's already done that to the extent that he didn't want to begin with. Yeah. It's already over the line, so it's like, well, now we're going to go dump these kids off just because I know somebody.
Right. I'm just wondering how much of Quincy's past is shaping his actions in the present. And that's I guess that's part of my question for you.
I think that's a neat question, just to see, like, is there something in Quincy's past besides the romance? You know?
Yeah, that blew up.
Yeah.
Poor Quincy's so emo right now.
He is.
He is. He's super emo.
Quincy is about the mission, and Quincy is about this group of friends that he's with now.
So I don't know if that's true. Like, from listening, it kind of sounds like Quincy, he's kind of about something over here, but he can't focus on that. Like, we've got to get the job done.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It's like it's not really what he's about, but it's taking his focus away from things he doesn't want to think about.
Right.
And it's not that it's not that Quincy is like, I don't even want to think about these people. It's like I want to protect these people.
So I can't think about them.
Yeah,
exactly.
So these people are really
Off limits.
If you think about it, it's kind of like, like a calloused piece of, basically like a piece of soft tissue that is calloused over. If you think about it that way,
yeah. He's a healing sore.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what this friend group here is.
Or is it a scab? Which is it, Quincy?
And he feels responsible for protecting people, and people around him keep getting hurt and dying, and this is a big situation that's bigger than him.
Not just people
Close people.
Yeah, people that he has built ties with.
Right.
That's the thing.
And now Thren's gone too. Like, he's losing friends left and right, and he's like, well, we don't need to bring this attention.
I actually didn't think about that. Thren being missing, I imagine, would have a huge impact on Quincy.
Thren's fine, though. They're talking through each other's mind holes.
Yeah, but something ain't right. He doesn't want to see any more of people that he's close to or his loved ones be killed for the cause or because of him, because he feels responsible for everything that's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, he feels responsible for Burgett because they weren't strong enough to beat the dudes that beat her up.
Right.
And he feels responsible for the whole town of Hollyhead because it got destroyed because Hornbeam was... Because we we made him mad, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I made him mad more specifically. Well, the thing was, like, okay, I was thinking about this just the other day. I was like, dude, did I just completely make up that he was talking about spanking us? And I was just like,
Yes, you did.
honestly, it was like, it was.
I think you said punishment or something, and you're like, ooh.
No, he said, you said spank, I think. And then he said, oh, you're going to spank me.
We could easily say the destruction of Hollyhead is definitely on the responsibility should be on Anthony and Kyle.
I mean, yeah. Well,
Kyle
Re-listening to this stuff, like Kyle is.
Kyle,
Listen to y'all two argue. Kyle was like, "Yeah, Quincy, what about that?" And then, "Yeah, Buck, that's a great
Exactly,
point."
yeah.
he's the devil on both of your shoulders. But also, like listening to him talk to Grelka, like he's just pushing buttons. We'll take some drinks too, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a button pusher. I mean, I think we all kind of got that because Seth was like, "This woman's done nothing wrong." I'm like, we know from other children, if anyone's going to be honest to us, it's the children that said, "We will kill you if you take us back."
There it is again.
Truly believable.
They are.
That's the weakness of
monkey
every
wrench.
player. DMs at home, remember that. You want your players to believe you and not want to murder all your NPCs because they're murder hobos, or you tricked them once and now they're suspicious of every character, like Seth has done. Throw children at
That's
them.
how you could be a very rough DM, is just make evil children left and right. Where they're like, if I start just slaughtering all these children, it's like, I'm going to look like I'm crazy.
The campaign's not over until Quincy kills a child.
I was about to say until you have that one player character who is chaotic evil.
Yeah. But
I don't care to kill a kid.
yeah.
I'll kill a child.
I have no problem with that.
Anywho.
So what is Buck's vision of the circle? Because Buck wasn't too thrilled about the Inkling, so I imagine the circle is a sore spot, and that's where a lot of his hesitation is towards them.
Everything that they know about the circle is based on just Tyrell being shady.
Buck, his whole thought pattern around the circle, there's not one. Everything about it is we don't know anything about.
So you don't see this as like the Inkling again. It's like, oh great, now we're with the Inkling, and they use the circle as a symbol instead of ink.
No. The way that I'm looking at it is, the only representation we have is Corvus. Why did I say Corvus?
Not the best.
Cordless. But other than that, I mean, sure, in every Kyle's associated with the Inkling. Or I'm sorry, not Kyle, but Rask is.
Oh, that's true. Rask joined as an Inkling member, and now
Right.
Corvus is joining as a. That's true. It's
right.
Very.
So impressions of the characters can't.
There's a big difference, though. Kyle's like, we're here to find the gods.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up a wall because you guys can't chase me.
But there's not been enough evidence for Buck to fully trust or fully distrust this organization. It's just, but he's kind of being pushed into a decision
situation
here.
that he doesn't like.
It's like, okay, you have to make a decision now. And he's like, okay, well, if I have to make a decision right now, I'm not going with the circle because I don't know him.
Right. I want to see how. I don't know if it'll play out in this game or not, or tonight, or anytime in the future. But I want to see how Buck responds to a position when he's heavily morally opposed to a situation, but the group decides against him, and his reaction against the group as a whole.
Have you already talked about if the situation comes too much to push or shove, you'll go home?
You have no home.
Haven't you said that though? That was with the situation with Gillard. You were about ready to walk away.
Yeah, that was the thing. The character of Buck, if he feels like this group is far and displaced from,
he's got a temple ready to worship him.
Yeah. He has prospects.
But no, that's the thing. Like if Buck feels like this group isn't interested in
a moral high ground,
not even a moral high ground, just at least not becoming what they're trying to defeat, then he's he's not going to be part of the group. He couldn't ally himself with the Black Cloaks 2.0.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Where everybody's means are, everybody's ends justify their means. You know what I mean?
Is it a burden to be the voice of reason and we have to stay on the straight and narrow, guys? Is it a burden with this group?
I wouldn't say it's a burden. It's tough.
Because I know a lot of people don't like that character. Like, I was listening to people talking about the first campaign of Critical Role, and why people didn't like Keyleth was because she was the voice of reason. I don't think that was right. People didn't like Keyleth, but
it creates a dynamic. If everybody's always on the same page,
right,
that's boring.
But it's super tough because, I like this character, but Anthony is not gonna force a character. Like I fleshed him out. I fleshed Buck out, and if he's not, if Buck is not being this faithful person that he was first brought in as, this person who is, tries to work hard, tries to be kind to everybody, tries to spread a good cheer among people, or at least tries to make people think about, the good options rather than the easy options, then he would just be he'd be an open gate, he would just be going with the wind, and then that's just not the character that
that's
he
not
is.
why Tira chose him.
Something I think is interesting is, and I think it's just because nobody's ever come up with anything definitive about the Inkling. Like, if you look at Gillard and Rask and Vistrid, they're all completely different. So that makes me think that the Inkling isn't really concerned about how their people or how their workers are carrying themselves around or like what they do. It's like, as long as the job gets done, I don't really care. Because Rask is just a loose cannon.
Chaotic.
Vistrid is like, hey, let's take a step back and kind of look at this a little bit, a little bit more neutral. And then Gillard is just like the mission. I would think he's almost like lawful to the Inkling.
Yeah.
So it's like, if not everybody's lawful to the Inkling, is that required? I guess we don't know. That's never been a...
The Inkling would be more in line with a militia than it would be a militant force. Yeah. But they're a revolutionary force. They're trying to spout change, and not all people that disagree with a ruling party necessarily think the same amongst themselves. It's more of what he's doing is wrong, and then we work out our deal. And I mean, honestly, that would be a democracy. That's a democracy. Is people within the democracy don't agree on everything, but they still work it out. So it's essentially the Inkling. I mean, just with what you said, like how different it is. It could almost represent the voice of the people, the silent voice of the people, and a lot of times because people are afraid to talk against against King Draxus, and in places like what was the big city, Derry, places like Derry, sure, they have a good, they have an easy life, so they have no problem worshiping. But then y'all in your town, you didn't celebrate hardly any of them. Maybe you said, "Hey, the king," you're like the people in like the English, for England, like in the colonies and stuff. Hail the king, hail the queen, and that's the full scope of your part in the kingdom, and that's just kind of where a lot of people are. And the Inkling just recruits people that are ready for change. And I would say Gillard is more ready for change than any of them. Rask, because he's a loose cannon, not because he represents the Inkling, but because he was raised where they just happened to reside and agreed with their prospects, and apparently is looking for the lost gods. That was the most hilarious thing he put in.
Okay, so since he said that, is the story going with that? Is that an Inkling?
I mean,
is that an Inkling motivation?
A god has been found, and a religion is growing within the Inkling because of it. Like,
and the thing is, like, also, that's really up to Rask.
Right, and that's where I think because I don't think Kyle necessarily thinks about it. Because as soon as you were like, "Yeah, I know a god," he should have been all over that. But I don't think he was, because I don't think he remembered, or maybe he wasn't there that game. Who knows?
Another
Because he
thing-
said we're trying to find the gods, and we think by doing good, it's going to bring them back. Or
Yeah, I think that's more
basically,
his,
that's what it. I mean, that's true though.
right. Yeah.
That's why Buck was chosen, because he's this good guy that's faithful.
Not only that, but I think
He also got hit in the head with a
I think
board.
it's I think it's established lore. The king
He could be out of his mind.
the king stopped all worship of other gods, right? Right. So stop the king, you can allow the worship of these lost gods. It would just be a matter of finding them now.
And that's why I think that we're on the same page as the Inkling. It's not necessarily that we're ever going to agree with everything, and maybe they're not great. Maybe we don't necessarily know yet, but we know that ultimately what the king has done is bad. So anything against him would be a step in the correct direction. But
Killing millions is bad, so killing thousands to stop it works.
That's a little more justified.
Hey, war is that? It's war.
War is.
yeah.
That really is.
I mean,
In war, generals make sacrifices.
if you look just in actual world history, like how many wars have been fought over like trying to take away religion and
Look,
people's
look at the
freedom to
situation we're
worship.
in right now. We could easily go to war just because one country decided they wanted a little bit more land.
Yeah,
And, I mean, the whole
Not
world
even-
could get involved
no.
just to set it straight.
Not even
Like,
a
you
country,
can't do that.
because one leader, one man decided he wanted to.
Yeah,
reclaim
because
some
even
land.
there you have dissenting voices.
right.
Yep, and that's the thing on for the news for whenever we move that part. Like there are Russian soldiers who are opposed to this and just have no voice in their king in their country.
Well, it's affecting their. It's
morale.
affecting the morale and also their military effectiveness.
Yes.
But that could get into.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that, but yeah.
Hopefully, we can.
What's been fun about this game is like there has been correlations to real world stuff, in my opinion.
Well, there's always going to be.
Yeah.
And it's because we live in the real world, and we bring all of us into the game with us, and we just attempt to play these characters in a way that we see best fits them and we can best.
After we finish this game, we're gonna go fix the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna go on an adventure.
D&D to the world.
Seth, as a party, could you ask for a better one than us?
Yeah, that could be a little weaker, maybe.
You say weaker? No, I just mean like I feel like we make hard decisions and like actually.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's just like
Y'all aren't wishy-washy, really.
No, I mean I think we all kind of stick to our guns and we're
Yeah,
actually
we have a good group dynamic.
the role play is so good.
and everyone's so different. Not a single one of you is similar at all. So
No.
I mean,
And there's so many
Sorry, I'm
people.
kicking you out of it.
No, it's all right. There's so many people that someone as DM you may expect someone to fall in a certain way, like with Kyle. You know, it's like, oh, dude, Kyle's going to be on this side of this issue, and then he comes out
that
with.
last game when y'all were like, well, yeah, let's bring it to the group. My numbers have 4, your numbers have 3,
Yeah.
and stuff. And then like people start talking, it's like, oh, well, they're not where I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good group.
yeah.
As far as like just not we don't really do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't I mean we role play, we're not just about combat. We go games and games and games with no combat. And it stays interesting. So I don't know, I think that's pretty cool.
Honestly, y'all are at such a high level that I don't know how to challenge y'all anymore. So there's no more combat. No more.
You level up by your politics.
That's right. This is a political game.
No,
now.
that is really hard. I wouldn't know how to scale a game to a party. That's really hard. Like early on, you can, I feel like you can control it a lot easier when
It's
it's
like,
low level.
oops, I hope I don't kill you. Then they're level 7, and it's like, oops, I hope you don't completely destroy my entire story setting.
Oh, you can kill my level 20 big bad evil guy right now, level 7? Great.
I mean, because it's like early on, you can just, give something low hit points.
I think so.
Oh, are you talking about Narcoman? Yeah. And me and Seth's virtual online game we played a while back,
We were a strong party.
we were a good party, and the DM, Seth used one of the DM's established town features. It was like you could call someone out in a one-on-one duel, and he used that to challenge the mayor of the town and beat the brakes off this dude. And
Single-handedly.
yeah, single-handedly. Well, we had to.
I was giant.
Someone gianted you, and also our rogue was like cutting words, and got stabbed for it by a guard.
I didn't need the help.
No, he was very, very firmly had the lead. He was a giant raging barbarian of the totem bear and just beat the crap out of this dude's mayor who was looking to, I think, re-election or something.
He was super evil, yeah.
Yeah, he was the bad guy. He was the bad guy. He was the bad guy of the town.
We were supposed to go on this whole search of things and figure stuff out.
Find evidence.
And I just jumped to the front and said, me, you, let's go.
And you beat it.
And I beat him.
And beat him.
And then, did you become the mayor? I mean,
No.
Did the people
People
worship
got
you?
mad at me. It messed with my character really bad.
Who got mad at you? The
The
townspeople?
NPCs and we had one guy who kind of quit playing. This was early on in the campaign, and he quit playing, and I just decided to use, like, he had said something kind of disparaging to my character, like, you shouldn't have done that, you should have left their politics alone, that's not why we're here. So I took that, and then he left the party. I was like, man, he's really mad at me, like, I was doing what I thought was right. This was right. And then people, like, I talked to like a paladin and a fighter, a soldier, and I was like trying to figure out how to multi-class pretty much and used it. And I was just like, so the paladin talked to me and he's like, you're using your faith and all this stuff. And I was like, my faith was fine. Like the God I worship is completely fine with what I did. It was the right thing to do. And I won in battle. I'm good. And after that, it was like, okay, let's go the soldier route, get discipline, and then my people won't get mad at me anymore if I have more discipline in my life. And it was really cool. I love this game.
It's a great game.
And then my character finally got some backstory stuff introduced, and we're like, quit the game. I had to quit, and then the whole game fell apart. It was bad. But that's why those online games struggle. That's why it's so much fun getting to actually play in person with all you guys.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. I don't even want to play on
And honestly, clicking a button on a computer does not replace that one. Isn't that right, Tyrell?
I had the one where it was 3D, so I actually got to watch it roll online. Yeah.
The game that we used to play, sorry, I'm thinking of the app. That app that we use has gotten a lot better too. You can actually watch it roll on your phone now, the D&D companion. But yeah, Roll20 it's good. The fault isn't with Roll20. It's just with you never know who you're playing with in the world. And
We had a good party for a long time.
we had a good party for
Lasted like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You play every week?
Yep. Just about.
Just about.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Wow. That's great.
Yep. We got to level, I think, 10. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how strong Duo and Thordak were in that little bout we had,
Y'all were just
where
level
they
10?
just stomped you guys.
Yeah.
Or did I say Gillard?
No, you said Duo.
Duo. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Did y'all both go watch Batman?
Yes.
Okay. Movie minute. Let's hear about Batman.
I have a lot of shows and movies and stuff to talk about.
Okay, we'll just go off.
Okay, yeah. So Batman,
So good.
for real, the best Batman movie I think ever. Like Dark Knight is right there, but there's just
I got
The first
for
one?
You too.
no,
Just the Dark Knight.
Just the Dark Knight, see it like the series?
no, the Dark Knight.
The movie
The
called
Dark Knight, the single,
With the Joker.
the second one.
Okay.
What's considered the best?
The Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Rises.
Just 2 days ago, it was considered the best.
Okay.
Seth is saying otherwise now.
Okay, I got you.
I could understand why someone might like. I don't understand now. This movie's better. It is long, I get that, but I was never bored.
Remember when the movie's over, I was like, I wonder what they cut, and then
Yeah, there's a 4-hour release of
there's
it.
a 4-hour release of this movie. A 4-hour, they cut an hour out of it. So I'm definitely going to have to see the uncut and see what they cut, and make my decision, make my determination. If it was
Okay,
really
but
bad.
this is going to be a trilogy. Matt Reeves is doing a trilogy just like Christopher Nolan did. So instead of comparing this movie to the second one, you got to compare this one to Batman Begins. And
It's definitely-
Batman Begins was very boring compared to this one.
Is it the same kind of origin story?
No origin, really.
It's not an
It
origin.
jumps in the middle of It's Batman.
He has been Batman
2
for 2
years.
years. So he's very raw. Very raw.
Yeah, this is like he takes hits.
Yeah. He can't like he said he had a problem with a chase scene in a car thing, and I said, well, this is the very first time the Batmobile has even worked for him.
That's true,
He
yeah.
does not know how to chase down criminals yet, and like he's struggling. There's a lot of wrecks, and like it's sick, but it's a great scene. But he just doesn't know how to do some things very well yet.
I mean, if you think about it in the comic book sense, I mean, we just got like Batman Year One. I mean, within this past 10 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
So we did not like you do not see Thomas and Martha get shot. You do not see you don't see that scene.
They talk about it, but they don't actually show. They don't even show like the pearls dropping. like they
In the
did.
trailer, they had he was at a funeral where something had happened.
Yeah.
So I figure it would pull up kind of in that way, but if it's not heavy-handed,
You can it's like Bruce is looking at himself kind of, but no, it never makes that comparison.
Is it the Joker?
No.
It's not the Joker.
No.
no.
It's actually they make suggestions, but they don't actually. We still don't know.
Do you think they'll tie it in with any of the other?
Possibly,
No.
yeah.
Not with Joaquin Phoenix and not with.
This is a standalone.
No.
Okay.
Could I like
That I don't like.
take
I
a
wish they
stab
would.
at the villain? I mean, just from the trailer.
No, the trailer is very well known.
Yeah,
It's the Riddler. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Riddler.
the Riddler.
Oh, okay. I think I knew that.
Very different Riddler than we've ever had.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, okay. So I'm not trying to take it off of Movie Minute here, but did you ever watch the animated show The Batman?
I think so. It's
No, I'm not.
It was like a really vibrant animation, right?
Kind of, and Joker like had dreadlocks and like was barefoot. And
I never watched it. I've seen like commercials.
So like the Riddler in that series was like dark and brutal. He was actually voiced by the guy that played Freddy Krueger, Robert England.
Oh,
so
okay.
he was like
The
really
original Freddy
creepy. He was like really tall, really kind of gaunt, and he was like, honestly, whenever I saw him animated, I was like, dude, that's like they styled that after Marilyn Manson. That looks like Manson.
This Riddler is, I mean, it's pretty much the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
And very QAnon. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Zodiac meets QAnon.
Yeah.
But when they took that pivot with the Riddler, when they made that his aesthetic, I was like, okay, the only other Riddler I've seen
Carrey's
was
the
Jim
Riddler.
Carrey.
Yeah. Not
I was like,
Jim Carrey.
red haired, and he's like a goober.
This is not Jim Carrey's Riddler.
No.
The original.
He's
Who's the guy? The Batman, the really goofy series. He played Batman. Remember, it was like
Adam West.
Adam West. Yeah, in the Adam West Batman, that Riddler was a goof too.
Yeah.
Like worse than even.
They've
Jim
always
Carrey's.
shown it to be.
Well, that was a campy family
Right.
TV
Yeah,
show.
but they've always shown the Riddler to be kind of a goof until, you start getting into, like,
The one you were telling me about.
you start getting
Hush
into,
Riddler
like,
or whatever.
No, that was not.
Oh, that's something.
I thought they were going to make a whole new character, is what I was telling you.
Oh, okay.
There's a
the
character
thing
called
is,
Hush. I
like,
didn't
I
know if
think-
they were going to
Oh,
combine.
okay.
I think the
That's right.
21st century was the best thing that could have happened to the Riddler, because now you've got hacking of personal hackers that are attacking countries.
Yeah.
You got people that are just so smart that they could worm their way into a government's computer.
That's the thing. This movie's so realistic. Like, that's what Christopher Nolan said he was going for. Like, Superman couldn't exist in this world.
Yeah.
But I mean, Christian Bale's Batman was doing some crazy stuff. This Batman is very realistic.
I mean, yeah.
Especially the Riddler. Like, you could absolutely see, because I mean, it's happened. The Zodiac Killer is a real thing.
Yeah.
This guy could exist, and everything he did was very possible and plausible.
Yep.
And
The most unrealistic thing I think that happened in the entire series
he has
is
the best body armor.
is his body armor is insane. I'm
got
talking
shot so many times.
I'm talking point blank shotgun to the chest. Didn't
Now that
die.
did mess him up, though.
But it didn't blast a hole through him. Whammy shells, blast a hole through anything. But that, and then he had these like crazy lens cameras that were really good. But even them, they dumbed it down to where we probably have, our government probably has that.
Contact lenses that record
contact
stuff.
lens cameras that record wirelessly to another, to like, she went like probably 120 feet down, and it still sent a wireless signal to him.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, in the world of technology, they've made processors that could fit on the head of a pin. Am I not right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a
Are we boring you, AJ?
No.
that's a
listening.
possible thing. It's just
I just don't know. I got to listen. I don't know anything.
It's likely in a comic book world. Is it likely here? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not one to say.
It was cool, but
This is not a Marvel movie.
this dude.
This is DC. Maybe they have finally figured this out, that DC needs to be dark and gritty.
Yeah, they figured it
might
out.
have finally
a couple
figured it
movies
out.
ago they did.
Yeah. Well, this is it.
Good.
There's someone was complaining. There's no comic relief in it.
Don't
We
need it.
laughed a few times, but
yeah,
it's not just cutting away to throw away
It's
some
more,
stupid joke.
it's more like that bridge hit him harder than any villain the whole game.
The thing is, like the Flash in the Justice League movie.
Is very comic.
I like the actor Ezra Miller, I think is his name. Like, talented actor, great guy, but like the fact that they kept interjecting this comedy in this situation was kind of off-putting. It was kind of like
because they're trying to keep up with Marvel.
Yeah, it was messing with the pacing of the movie.
Right.
You're right when you
The
say
pacing
DC is
of this movie, y'all. like chef's
kiss. Nah.
It is.
It needs.
It's like
3 hours.
It's 3 hours and it's not boring. Like the story is ever moving.
Yeah.
It's ever evolving.
Yeah.
If you don't know how long this movie's over, you're constantly going, "Oh, okay, this is the end. Oh, okay, this is the end. This is the actual end."
That's honestly what I thought during The Dark Knight, though. I was like, oh, they could end the movie right here. It's going to end. Oh, wait, no, there's Two-Face. Okay, is it going to end now? No.
So basically, if we want comic relief, it's just Suicide Squad. That's the only place we're going to get it.
Yeah.
And see, that's a whole different thing. Like that. Like I think the Suicide Squad was better than Suicide Squad. Like
The second one?
yeah, second one was better than the first one.
Well,
But they're going into that. They're going into. Have y'all seen Peacekeeper? That's something else I can talk about.
I
I
haven't
think.
seen it yet.
Is that what's that on Paramount or HBO?
HBO. Yeah, no, like it's a completely thing. That is.
So
just
is that a
nothing
different
but
universe?
comedy. No, it's that's the same universe as the Justice League.
Suicide. Oh,
How many different universes are we looking at here with DC?
This Matt Reeves thing, maybe they're making a Joker too. So Joaquin Phoenix has his own.
That's gonna be a universe. Suicide Squad, that's a universe.
Well, not Suicide Squad's in the Justice League universe,
Right.
So there's really just
Why do
like
we know that?
But then what about
Oh,
this?
because of Harley Quinn.
yeah,
Is this Batman in a different universe than those movies?
by himself. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just the Matt Reeves universe.
three right now.
So three.
But isn't Robert Pattinson supposed to be in the Flash movie?
No, Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton are in Flashpoint.
Oh, okay.
which, dude.
That's kind of crazy, yeah.
Is somebody
Michael
going to play Thomas Wayne, one of them?
I don't know. No, Michael Keaton is playing him.
Yeah, he's playing Bruce Wayne, yeah. But in Flashpoint, they had
I know.
Thomas Wayne. So,
I know.
I mean, I just didn't know.
No, I don't know if there's going to be Thomas Wayne or not. Yeah, that'd be cool. And it needs to be Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
he's even Bruce's dad in the Justice League. Yeah,
You're right. Yeah. Shoot, that's awesome.
in Batman vs Superman.
That'd be so cool. Well, one thing that I've noticed, and I can't even say it's a criticism. It's just a style. It's an issue with WB's style when they made like Justice League and stuff like. It's too based around current popular culture. Like, you know, we're gonna get all the big name actors we can to play all of these characters. You know,
Okay. That's something I'm going to tell you on this Matt Reeves movie. Like, we just kept thinking, like, wow, that's not that. Why would you cast that guy for this role? Oh, it worked.
Yeah.
Why would you cast her for this role?
yeah.
Oh, wow,
It's like,
it worked.
we're gonna go with these established actors who, like, they're really dynamic. Sure, like Will Smith playing Deadshot. I mean, great choice because Will Smith is a great actor, but is he a great Deadshot? I mean, there was probably a better Deadshot.
Is he gonna great comeback in the sequel? No, he's really busy.
Exactly, and then also like, and I know this is like a silly nitpicky thing, and this isn't like I'm not like condemning WB because of it, but like it felt like Suicide Squad, for instance, was like a soundtrack with a movie attached to it. You know, it's like
Great soundtrack. I own that soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
But
You didn't
it's
think
just,
it was as great of a movie? You think it's a better soundtrack than movie? Really?
no, I don't think that either. It's
Okay.
like it's like their own separate things, but it's like, you know, okay, well, you know, we're gonna go with, you know,
Like,
we're gonna show the prison and we're gonna play House of.
Who watched Zack Snyder's Justice League? The like 4 hour.
I don't know.
You-
You didn't watch the Snyder Cut.
You need to watch the Snyder Cut.
I've seen it.
You need to. Like, this is the thing. Like, WB made the horrible mistake of like, we have to be like Marvel. And that's, I mean, it's clear. Like when when Suicide Squad was coming out, like, and it was, oh, it's too dark. People, it's too dark, and they changed it. And David Ayer, people were asking for the David Ayer cut because Zack Snyder's cut was better than the Joss Whedon's cut, you know. And it's darker and grittier. David Ayer says you'd love Suicide Squad if they put out a David Ayer cut, like that. That they made him change so much, and I think they've finally figured out we can't be. Which, I mean, the Suicide Squad was funny, but it's a comedy movie. Peacekeeper is hilarious. Great show. I mean, up there with one of the best stuff. Like, John Cena did a great job.
What other movies you got?
The Legend of Vox Machina, it's completely out.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it.
It was really good.
I have not watched hardly anything new. So
No, I don't watch stuff.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch The Legend of Vox Machina. They did a great job.
Any criticism?
Season of The Witcher.
Any criticisms of that? Of Vox Machina?
Vox Machina. I mean,
It's pretty spot on with the way the game went. I think they're fan servicing Keyleth a little bit. Like, I don't remember Keyleth being the voice of reason, like they're trying to say that she is. And Scanlan is a lot wilder in the show than he was.
So is it not like? I mean, are there any quotes and things like exact conversations?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's this one scene where Vax, Scanlan, and Percy are trying to get through a door, and they just can't. They can't do it. Like, they're trying to pick it and it won't work. So they're like trying to stick a knife in the lock and it won't work. And like someone tries to climb in a window and they fall off. And they like someone actually gets in there and they use like they stick a sword through the door and they're like trying to lift off this thing with the sword and it cuts Scanlan's hand. He's like, "Ow, my hands!" I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that it's very on with the game.
It was great. I was surprised because I was expecting more, like, make it more theatrical and less because it is a video. And then I was talking to Seth about it. I was like, Seth, Scanlan didn't really go 1v1 versus this big boss dude, did he? He says like, "Oh, he absolutely did." I was like, well, that makes that way more impressive. Because
was Pike really?
astral
forming. Yes, that's because she was doing the blind spot and she was in New York. She was like that's how they got away with having her play. Sometimes she would Zoom call in, and they would say her astral projection was there.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did that play properly to do that?
It played real.
Where did her actual character go?
She's off in a temple praying.
Yeah, Kia. Yeah.
Like she has darkness in her soul. That's added. Like all that was added.
Oh.
Which her necklace did get cracked, and it was because of some faith problem that she had. That was in the story.
Right.
But yeah, they all.
And then she astral projects herself into fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking Seth, I was like, surely Matt didn't make her that OP and let her come in and bless all their weapons. She blessed all the townspeople militia's weapons. So it was like, yeah, she rolled to wish something for her god, and she got that like 20% chance on the D100. So she apparently did come in and bless the entire town. So they're all like, okay, we're screwed. Then here comes Keyleth. Everyone's got blessed weapons. Tear them up. I was just like, that's OP. Who
animated it? Is it like a? Does anybody? Is that a thing? I don't.
Yeah, it's a group. No, they. Oh my gosh,
they hired a group.
Have they like anything else that they've done that we would know of?
Oh, sushi roll. It's a weird name.
Do they do animes or?
Yeah,
like
they do anime. No, it's not Crunchyroll because that's that streaming thing.
Yeah, that's a
I can look that up in just a second. I do know that it has someone.
Do they have any other like big name shows?
I don't think so.
Has anybody watched that Arcane?
Yes, it's really good.
Isn't that based on League of Legends?
Yeah. It's based off the League of Legends lore. Specifically, this one's based around the history of
Titmouse
Jinx and Vi. Titmouse.
Titmouse.
You know that's an actual bird.
Have they done?
They've done a lot of things on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Have they? Okay, so like what?
I can't remember. I just remember seeing their stuff.
I was just
like
wondering if
maybe
there was
Aqua Teen
something-
Hunger Force.
I was just wondering if there was something that we could put to it.
The brightness of Aqua Teen Force definitely matches.
Get a
this.
face to the name is what all I was trying to do. Just thought maybe they had some kind of something we've heard of.
Yeah, but Arcane's good. It's League of Legends has really good lore, and even the characters that you're like, well, this is dumb. This lore is it's usually because it's an older character, and they've got over 150 now. So they over time will go around and they'll revamp a few characters maybe here and there. But no, Jinx.
They did Big Mouth.
Jinx and Vi are two like very beloved characters. Jinx is an 80 carry. She's your damage on your team for the mid to late game, and then Vi is your jungler, so she basically roams in between lanes and affects the whole thing. And so they're two characters that play two very very favorable roles within the game, and it focuses on like just their kind of growing up and just kind of into the people that they become. Jinx, the reason she gets that name is because every time she's around, things tend to not go so well, and she gets called a Jinx until the point she actually takes it as her name. I actually have forgotten what her actual name is.
Is she the one with the blue hair?
Yeah, she's the one with all the, you'll see like weird neon X's over faces and stuff. That's usually her psyche because she's kind of nuts. No, it includes a lot of other characters, more than you actually even know if you don't really know League of Legends lore. I know Caitlyn is present in this one. Jace. Jace is also one of the key characters. Heimerdinger is in the background, but you see him a couple of times. But it's really good. It talks about you get to kind of meet these characters, learn about their personalities, and then also learn the lore along the way. With this one, a big focus is kind of the rise of Hex Tech, which is League of Legends like magic and science combo, which is really cool. That's what Jace is. He's a scientist who specializes in hex tech weaponry and stuff. He actually got his claim to fame from making the hex gates, which allowed point to point travel and stuff. And that was what kind of made Jace super famous.
Do you play it? Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask the animation style on this. Is it like? Have you seen the Godzilla series on Netflix?
Are we talking about Arcane right now, or are we?
Yeah, I'm talking about Arcane.
I have not seen the Godzilla series.
Okay, is it like anime but like 3D-ish?
Yes.
It almost looked like it's been sketched in front of you, and it looks really good.
Gotcha. Yeah. See.
Almost.
Godzilla's kind of the same way, except the lighting is different, so it's not as vibrant, so things don't look that crazy. Right. But yeah, I mean, I was okay with it.
It's almost computer animated, but it's almost still like the 2D. There's Kyle.
Hey guys.
So with Titmouse, the animation studio, a couple of the things you might know that they've done: Metalocalypse, Venture Brothers, Super Jail.
Yeah. Okay. That's all them.
Kyle, was it the best Batman movie ever? Okay.
Man,
Kyle, come sit right. Just come sit right here.
I'm satisfied. I am satisfied because, it is a multiverse thing, and I understand that. But listen, here's the thing. We've got enough of Batman over the years.
Not true.
Oh.
We've got enough of the Batman we just had. Like, if we're doing a multiverse, you need to give me the multiverse.
We've never had that Batman. We've never had a Detective Batman.
That's one thing we
Detective?
didn't. That's
focused on.
It's like a noir movie.
Dark Knight trilogy. I feel like it should have been movie number 2, and that's fine. It wasn't a bad movie by no means, but if you're going to give us one-off movies in the multiverse, it needs to be.
It's not going to be a one-off. We're in a trilogy.
Well, surprise, surprise. But
because that's 3 times the money.
Here's what it comes down to, honestly, Kyle. Batman is hugely popular in the zeitgeist right now, and the reason being is because his character has so much.
In the what?
Zeitgeist. In the
what is that?
The spirit of the age, the culture.
Okay.
In popular culture.
Gesundheit.
But anyways, like it's because Batman has such a depth of character. Like you don't.
This is the deepest Batman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Batman's
I
already.
agree. I can definitely agree.
Batman's already pretty deep. You know what I mean?
And I definitely got behind the detective Batman vibes because
It's almost a noir movie.
yeah, it's like everyone's like Batman's the world's greatest detective. Which Batman movie before the Batman ever showed him detecting anything?
Only animated series.
Well, there's that time.
You're absolutely right.
There's that time in the Dark Knight that he has that bullet in that wall that he like scans, but then nothing ever happens.
Ridiculous. Hate that.
It didn't turn into anything. So
I loved the movie, but I mean, it's not part of the main universe. So why give us the same Batman?
if we're not having Zack Snyder, do we even need a main universe anymore? That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, DC stopped trying to be Marvel. Marvel wins.
Marvel wins at being Marvel.
Marvel wins
wins.
at the Marvel game.
Marvel wins at having the best
If DC wants a
centralized
chance-
universe.
Stick with this gritty stuff.
I don't understand how DC can have the number one comic book base and stories like are they blow Marvel out of the freaking water. And their movies be garbage.
That's because
Trash.
What was the last garbage Marvel movie or DC movie?
Compared to Marvel. I love DC, period. I'm just saying, compared to Marvel in the cinematic universe, they have done nothing. Just
Marvel's been
absolutely
doing this for 25 movies, though. We're not even 10 movies deep into DC.
nothing. I know.
But Marvel
But
Because they keep
Traction.
restarting.
Right,
Yeah,
Marvel
they just
get-
keep
Marvel
going
gets-
back.
Because, man, hire Kevin Feige, hire Zack Snyder. Like, get a creative mind and
Get
stick
a
with his
centralized
focus.
person that
Stick
has a
with his
vision.
focus. Yes,
You need vision.
that's right.
the WB doesn't
And that's
believe
what
in
the-
that.
that's
Hire Seth Templin, WB, you cowards.
So are you saying that you would rather see like a universe where it all interplays like Marvel?
I don't have to see that. No.
DC had that before Marvel did. Like, long before. The multiverse was a concept in DC. Like,
Well, it had to be because all of their movies have always been disconnected.
Well, no. DC started it. Was what he's saying. It started with Flash. Boom. Flash was the first one to actually establish a multiverse and go back and make changes. Because DC was just like, we don't like Jay Garrison anymore. We're just gonna. Hey, here's Barry Allen. And people are like, hey, we like Barry Allen. And they're like, what else can he do? And so he goes back and he meets Jay, and he's like, "Hey, 2 Flashes," and that's where you get like Flash. That's where you get all it all sprung from Flash being rebooted randomly, just out of nowhere. They're just like
In the comic books, you're saying.
they're just like meet Barry Allen, and people love Barry Allen.
And that's what this Flash movie is. It's going to be the Flashpoint, but I don't understand what they're going to redo about everything. Like even if he does Flashpoint and the whole thing is changed, you still have the same characters. Ben Affleck's still supposed to be Batman.
I would love to see Darkseid actually on the big screen, though.
I mean, that would be cool.
On the Snyder Cut, he was for a split second.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
You should watch the Snyder Cut.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah,
There's a lot. I've got a long list. I've got a laundry list of things I need to watch, and no way to watch.
And
these
on the
things.
top of them is getting a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Quit watching people play Elden Ring on YouTube and watch the Snyder Cut.
You will never get me to quit. I ain't stopping.
Is that what you guys were talking about in the chat? Elden Ring?
Elden Ring, yeah.
Speaking of, on the console, what a segue. You see how, you like how I did that?
Oh, beautiful.
One last thing.
Go ahead.
Just last night while we was at that movie and stuff, y'all know how I get into things like hard into something? Yeah. So chess is my thing right now. And my friends that did come, because none of my other friends from here came.
Don't look at me.
Wasn't invited.
Okay, I'm going to take that not personally at all.
Oh, yeah.
No, you were there.
Yeah. You can. You're a good
Oh, that's
friend.
right. We're not his friend. Yeah.
That's right. Y'all are my, whatever. You're my brother-in-law. We're closer.
You have
Sorry.
to. You have to go.
Sorry, I just have
I was trying to make Tyrell and AJ feel
I
bad.
just have family in the hospital. It's all right. I should have been there for Batman.
How long has she been in the hospital? No, I'm just kidding. No, but like, someone's like, man, do you, like, I can't even imagine watching chess. And I was like, yeah, I watch a lot of chess on YouTube. Like, over 30 hours, easy. And Darren, I think, is like, you what?
Watched.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched, like, easily over 30 hours of chess stuff. And he couldn't believe it. Okay, on to the console now.
Tyrell, tell us about Elden Ring. You're the Dark Souls guy.
I bought Elden Ring today, guys.
That's-
And
that's
I played the
good
tutorial.
So, Seth, tell us about Elden
Dark
Ring.
Souls with jumping.
But so much more.
Yeah, it's probably better than Dark Souls.
It is.
It's smoother.
It's like what I was saying before. It's literally like
jump. It was what it needed.
it's a combination of all of From Software's games into one big game, basically, more or less.
This is the last one.
No. This is probably the start of something even bigger because that game is huge. Like as you're progressing through it, you'll unlock the graces, and like you'll think, well, this is a pretty big area, and like you just keep exploring, you find more and more graces, and you realize this map is freaking huge, and then like it
You
opens
can
up.
see it. You can see the landmass.
You can at first though, like when you first open your map.
No. But what I'm talking about is like as opposed to like Dark Souls, where it's
Anthony Tate knows what he's talking about because he watches YouTube.
okay. You know what? I appreciate
YouTube
you.
certified.
Hey, I mean, yeah. Best way to learn stuff these days.
Glad you're here.
That's honestly every time I go to my dad to ask for advice.
Never touched it.
Every time I ask my dad for advice on something, he immediately directs me to YouTube. That's become fatherly advice now.
Yeah. Just check YouTube.
YouTube it,
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is like,
and then gives me his conjecture afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's completely
I wouldn't have done what he did.
exactly.
Now, why is he doing that?
Dadgummit.
every single place you go to in this game is different. Like a lot of it seems somewhat similar, but like as you're progressing through it, like there's like you start out. I think it's called Limgrave is like the first opening area you start out in, and it's like just kind of like rolling hills. But there's like an area called Stormvale Castle. It's got like raging winds and storms and
Is
stuff.
that where the big lightning dragon is? Because he looked sick.
No, he's in Lindale. It's up like up in the far north.
This is like a Skyrim game.
Yes.
It's open like Skyrim is, but it's more like Dark Souls.
But he did say that this is quickly becoming his new Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Is
up
it
there.
bigger than Skyrim, map wise?
I'd say so.
I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Could you imagine walking from one side of Skyrim to the other?
It would be.
It'd take you a couple hours. Well, you know that it would take you that long.
I don't think the map of Skyrim is big at all.
It's not that big.
No.
Not. Okay,
Just maybe because you have to go around stuff.
I think
you
that
can't
this-
just walk over a mountain.
I think this map might be bigger than Skyrim, all in all. Because okay, here's why. There's an underground parts of it too. There's dungeons that you can delve into. There's like these almost kind of like
Skyrim had those.
I was about to say.
It does, but
You start getting into dungeons.
they're independent loading cells though. They're cells all to themselves. These aren't loading cells. You
Oh, you
literally,
literally
just
just
walk
go
in.
under
You never have to load in this game.
Unless you fast travel.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
We've already fast
Okay.
We were talking we downloaded it today. It was 44 gigs.
That's not
And
bad.
he was thinking Skyrim was bigger than that.
The Legendary Edition I thought was 60 or 70.
I think it's 60,
You go to,
55.
the
Oh, was it
underground
55?
sections.
I don't
There's
know.
these things
It's somewhere.
called wells. They have like these magical elevators. You step on them, they like light up, and you like slowly lower down. It takes literally like a minute to go down, like full time, because it's so far down underground.
That's how they get you with the loading. It's rendering. It's rendering slowly.
I never noticed any kind of loading thing.
On a PS5, that's only 30 seconds of going down.
Well, I mean, I've seen like on Spider-Man and stuff like that, where like they do like the loading screen thing, where like they go through a tunnel or whatever, exiting out of a building, whatever. But
Did you ever do the Skyrim mod where it removes all loading screens and makes it just one giant world?
well,
PC only, sadly.
I have had the mod that you're talking about. You're talking about open cities.
Yeah.
It is like that, but even like the caves and stuff still have loading screens.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, Open Cities is hilarious because Whiterun can get attacked by dragons.
yeah.
That's wild. So Elden Ring's good though. It's worth it.
Yes, I would highly recommend it.
I did not know it was. I didn't know it was multiplayer. That surprised me.
Yeah. Okay. So you can, unlike Dark Souls, because Dark Souls you could get 3 phantoms and 1 host. This game you can only get 2. But I mean, it's still fun.
And what does 3 phantoms and 1 host mean? I made it 1 hour into Dark Souls 2 before I rage quit. Not even that long on
Dark Souls 2,
3.
dude, I get it. I had to do a full guide to get where I'm at in Dark Souls 2, and it's
So like, what
So
I mean
I
by
like guides. I just felt so much love for you just then. I'm not even joking.
Go ahead, Tyrell.
Guides, yeah.
Continue.
I love guides.
I was just gonna say like the host is like the person hosting the map basically. You can summon other players into your world. Those are the phantoms.
This is kind of like Ark.
Yeah, but ours like a big
Host-
open
host
server with
worlds
like
or
hundreds
whatever?
of people.
It's not a
like-
server.
It's not a server like that.
Oh, okay.
It's like basically you're the host of the world and you just bring your friends in and play.
It's kind of like just like how older consoles dealt with single player. It's like it's a single player experience, but this is my buddy. He's here. He
wait.
can get,
I got a better. Do you have a Switch? Have you played Animal Crossing?
Oh God, yeah, it's just like that.
Like okay, so if you bring a friend in on Animal Crossing, they just come from their island to your island, and you guys.
Now let me ask you
Fine,
this:
I'm good.
if I was to enter your world,
Animal Crossing.
would I be unlocking and gaining XP and all that? Just like
This is the cool thing about Elden Ring that was not like Dark Souls. When you're killing enemies and stuff, they actually drop items in the world.
Yeah.
You can pick up those items while you're playing around in other people's worlds. So you can actually farm
I'm totally gonna
armors and
loot
all sorts of
Tyrell.
stuff.
Can you play it? Can you play it without internet? Is it an actual
Yeah,
single player game?
You can play it offline, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so I actually played offline for the first day of it because the servers were so busy I could not get into play. It was that packed on Xbox.
Yeah, I knew it was a big deal.
People leaving messages everywhere.
Yeah, there's
God, that was super annoying.
Oh my gosh.
One message said Fortnite.
Fortnite, try pickle, all sorts of.
I've seen this pickle reference.
There's been pickles all over the place.
I don't
with
get it.
messages.
Something else.
Wait, how is that in the game?
You can leave people messages.
You don't have the
There's
right.
like secret tunnel or secret entrance ahead, and it's just a wall.
Jumping is the biggest thing.
There's this new trend I've noticed the last couple of days I've been playing it is you don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. And I've seen that I don't know how many times.
What does that mean?
Nobody knows.
People being jerks. Like you can't go past this because you don't have the right.
Have you guys heard of Starfield? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
mentioned it in chat.
So I was
He doesn't read the chat.
sometimes I do. Sometimes
He's been more involved lately.
yeah. I wanted 2 messages every month. or
D&D
so.
on the 19th.
Every now and then I see a Kyle appear.
Yeah. It's so lucky that I
you mentioned
ended
my
up
name.
coming last night.
It's a great white buffalo.
I did not know we had D&D tonight. To till Dustin told me last night.
Oh, okay.
So I was.
I'm pretty sure I asked you. I was like, Kyle, is that good with you? You're like, yep.
I saw 19th.
The only thing that was 19th was me saying that's the only day I can't play.
19 worth for me, boys. Let's load it up.
I promise. Try to be more involved.
What are we dropping?
So they said that they don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out until 2028.
I would not be surprised.
2028.
not be
Well, they said at the latest 2028 because Starfield.
See, supposedly they've worked on the next Elder Scrolls edition, but they're not going to even work anymore until Starfield releases this year. So officially, they're not going to continue working on it until 2023.
They said because it's a
space Skyrim.
Skyrim in space. They said they're taking so long on Elder Scrolls 6 because of how much of an impact Skyrim made. They want it to be a game that lasts 10 years. It takes 10
It'll
years.
have to because this was lasted 12.
And gonna apparently have to last 6 more.
I got one of my esports students literally just bought Skyrim on his Switch this week.
For the first time.
It's a 12-year-old game. He just paid $60 for it.
Dude, lucky.
Oh my god!
Which the rate of return on that is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
I thought my joke the other day was really funny. Like saying
Yeah.
Elden Ring is just Dark Souls with a different name. At least Bethesda calls it Skyrim when they make you rebuy it. Yeah. They're being honest.
Hey, dude, we keep rebuying it though. Who's the dummies here?
Okay. Yeah. Here's something funny. I thought that was funny about Elden Ring. I found this boss weapon. I killed this boss. It's called the Misbegotten, the Leonin Misbegotten. That's what this boss is called.
Yeah, I know what
That's a cat man, isn't it?
It is.
Leonin.
But it also has a lizard tail. They're like these grafted creatures. They're really weird. But when you kill it, you get this boss weapon called the Grafted Greatsword.
Yeah.
It looks like the Game of Thrones chair.
That's actually a quest item too.
It is?
Yeah.
I did not know
You
that.
turn it into the dude who sits in that tower up there that you talk to. You know, who's like, I have to stay here. I'm the captain of the castle or whatever it is. You give it to him. He goes and finds his
Anthony
dog.
knows more about this game because YouTube.
That's the guy I got to talk to. I haven't found him yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we mentioned multiple copies. How many copies of Skyrim has each person at this table bought? PS3, PS4, PS5.
You bought a PS5 version?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Anniversary Edition was the first one I bought, and I justified it with that. I was like, I've never paid for this game, so I'll buy it.
Yeah, and I think I have a Steam copy.
So there's. But then how many versions of Skyrim have there been?
Okay, we're about to get into Tyrell technicalities here.
I'm just thinking there's the original, there's Legendary.
Right.
Did they make a 64? Nintendo 64 Skyrim?
Well, for me, I just found about
Might have. I'm not joking. I think they did.
PS3, I bought the original version. PS4 and PS5, I got Legendary. Steam, I think I got the original.
Let me tell you, the text-based Skyrim was amazing.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Probably.
Very special edition of Skyrim.
I made a New Year's resolution this past year to finish all of the games that I haven't played or beat, and I had 26 games that I have never even played, on top of 5 or 6 that I haven't beat yet. I just finished Skyrim for the last time 3 or 4 days ago.
64.
Finished it, done.
Nintendo 64.
Wow, kinda. But I started playing Oblivion. Dude,
Oh, it's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, it seems...
You started just now playing Oblivion? No, I was watching Tyrell play the other day. It's not that bad.
You've done it.
Hold on, wait. I just want to say,
Hey, I've seen Morrowind. It's even worse.
Yeah, Morrowind is bad.
you got to think though. This is a game that came out in 2005,
it's true.
and for its time, it had really good graphics.
it's a remake. The graphics, I can't imagine how bad it used to be, because the graphics are garbage now. But they completely remade it, and that's the one I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's just so bad I can't play it.
We're essentially talking about
can't play
we all grew up on the N64 playing GoldenEye. If we played it now, it's what is this even?
You're with 2D polygons that actually have there's a 3D in there, but you have to be at the right angle to see it.
Somebody tell that triangle person to point their square in the other direction.
It's like when I play video games, I don't really I don't really look at graphical stuff. I just look at how fun the game is to me. I don't know. That's just the way I've always played games.
Yeah.
I like a good story. I think it's definitely what I'm.
Oh yeah. The
Oh,
story.
me too.
It's just like what I've said before, like about like Skyrim, Oblivion, and Morrowind. The more that we have progressed over time, the more they have taken out and dumbed down in storylines.
Because of those great graphics that they keep putting in.
Yeah, because that's what that's what we're paying for.
I don't know. I mean, like, but mechanical wise, they've done.
I've seen you play enough Oblivion to know, like, the
hard.
acrobats.
It ain't no Skyrim, dude. That's a fact. I'm having trouble.
You can sword and board and still be able to cast a spell at the same time. You know, like you
Yeah.
got all that right there.
Yeah.
And you have a hotkey that you can use your D-pad and literally.
Tyrell just almost opened a portal from Doctor Strange.
You can literally just choose anything from that D-pad.
Concentrate harder.
We did last time.
Oh, did you? Did you? Oh, okay.
Tate hadn't seen it, so we had to keep it spoiler free.
Oh, I thought
I can't beat a game right now. I'm definitely on like a. I just keep starting stuff and not finishing it. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, I played a lot of that, never finished it. The Last of Us, I went really far, never finished it. Dirt 5, I played literally to like the last 6 races and didn't finish it. And I played it today and did like 2 races. I was like, I can't believe I'm beating it now. I got tired of playing it. It was kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Guess what game is free this month, Tate? You'll like this on the PS5.
Sonic
you get this.
Racers.
No,
Don't break my
that's not
heart.
the one. Arc is free.
Listen,
I was very disappointed in the free games this month.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Listen, I love Ark. I think it's a great game.
I think it's a
got
cool
burned out real
concept,
quick.
but yeah.
Can you play that with offline?
Yeah, I played all 3.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I have Ark, and I have not played it yet. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you might struggle in the late game going up against the bosses, but you basically have to look at how am I going to take these bosses down, and I can only bring 20 dinosaurs with me. So how am I going to beat?
Only 20 dinosaurs, people.
Yeah.
No, not 21.
First world problems here, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Only 20 dinosaurs.
They don't let me bring any of my dinosaurs to work.
But anyways, like, how do I beat this boss? How do I do that? You know,
Only
It's,
20 dinosaurs.
You know,
It sounds ridiculous, but I'm sure it sucks.
It means the situation sucks, not the game.
No.
the situation sounds ridiculous, but I'm pretty sure this game sucks. No, it's basically. And breeding. Breeding is a really cool aspect that they have in the game.
Yeah.
You can breed a top tier, animal 20 different times, but
Only 20 times.
you can
Only have 20 of them. Yeah.
you can breed as many as you want, but you can only bring 20 into a boss fight.
Yeah, it seems really cool. I just haven't.
Yeah, anytime a game is meant to be multiplayer and you're doing it single player, there's a level of difficulty added for sure.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I was noticing about Elden Ring is like when you're playing by yourself. I mean, you get souls, but it seems like when you go into other people's worlds,
Runes.
you get. There you go.
Tyrell.
Ruins.
I'm tired. We're tired of correcting you
Played
on
Elden
this.
Ring and I didn't see any souls, Tyrell.
But yeah, you get more runes when you go into other people's worlds.
Can we talk about Deep Rock?
It's a freaking great game.
I want to play
It's
it.
so good.
want
And I did not expect it.
Only good in multiplayer, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I play solo all the time.
AJ, I was watching Seth play and Seth's like, this is why I hate playing multiplayer. He looks up and goes, that's where I've got to be.
It was for the
can't get
blue
there.
crystals.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this level by myself.
You need me to zip up there? No, I will say I do really like playing multiplayer, but like I play solo too.
I added it to my library. I'll download it and I'll play with you guys sometime.
Yes, we need.
I've been having a great time with Borderlands 3.
Dude, I was just asking what that game was called because after Oblivion, I'm
Borderlands
probably
3,
going to do that one.
No, that one, the game that's coming out is
Tiny Tina's one.
Tiny Tina's
When is that?
I'm
March 23rd or
I'm
25th.
not going to have Oblivion beat by then.
I'm so
not
excited
worried
for
about it.
that.
I am so excited. I'm playing Borderlands 3 to keep me excited for Tiny Tina's because it's going to be essentially the same thing. They
I
just
got it to where y'all are, but I'm
so it's like
five levels higher than y'all now.
What were we, like
We
28?
we only played for like 30 minutes after you stopped the other day.
Kyle, you want
We were like what 28, 27. He's like
Yeah,
33.
32.
Yeah.
You want to?
I haven't even been playing on my own because I'm like, oh, I'm saving it for the stream, because
That's
I'm
what-
the one streaming.
I haven't played on that character for that reason.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't play on my. Yeah, I just catch up to where y'all are. I just do all the side messages that y'all don't do.
I don't know where side missions are. Let me tell you, I am such a noob rookie gamer. I don't have a clue. When I'm playing with y'all, I'm just following you around and shooting stuff. I can't keep up with anything, and we're always talking, so I can't
We
hear
only have you there so that we get better loot.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Seth was doing the mission with the upgraded monkey, you know, and he was like, "Oh, I have to jump in this lava pit." I was like, "Yeah, I had AJ do that."
I don't care. I'm just happy to be there.
The same thing happened to Seth when the monkey dropped the item. It fell through the floor, and Seth barely got it. 'Cause I remember when both of us were like, "Oh crap!"
It make me chop that dude's arm off.
Yeah. You're the
Oh my
streamer.
gosh, I remember seeing that.
You're a streamer. I wanted you to be the one to see.
Well, it was a great reaction.
I was like, "You chopped his arm off? Why?"
When
He's
we
like,
do Tiny Tina's, we're going to have to do every side mission.
oh yeah, no,
Okay?
I
Okay.
completely. That's fine.
You'll have to wear that game out.
But I know which side missions are worth doing in this. That's why I was like, AJ,
He's the only one who's played it.
we're at Voracious Canopy.
No,
we're doing the side
we'll do
missions.
every side mission.
They're fun.
It's whatever. It doesn't matter.
The Voracious Canopy side missions are awesome. Being in the arena with the T-Rex and the giant ape. Seth was like, "Is this like Godzilla versus King Kong?" I was like, "I'm pretty sure this game is older than that movie, but I guess so."
So, anyways, what we're really getting around to here, listener, is
Watch us on stream.
watch us on the stream.
I might stream some Elden Ring tonight.
Yeah, Elden Ring, yeah.
Tonight?
Dude, guys.
Cool, do it.
Tonight, as in like when
this is over.
AJ will have this posted in a week. So a week ago, he had streamed.
So, yeah, if you have any recommendations, if there's something you want to see, if
I'll
there's
call
any-
Anthony while I'm playing, and he can tell me where I need to go and stuff. So
Exactly.
There you go.
I'll fast forward through YouTube.
Put him on speaker and just pipe him through the headset.
Yeah. But anyways,
Voiceover.
yeah,
No.
you tell me what to do, and I'll just do it.
playing by proxy.
Anthony just needs to get on his phone, download the PlayStation app, join Seth's chat, and then you will be on the stream in chat.
Wait, can
just
we
like
play
that.
together? Can we play?
Is it cross-platform?
Tiny Tina's is cross-platform.
Dude,
This one is not going to be.
Sweet. Kyle.
March 24th.
We got a little four
End of
man.
this month, yep.
Okay.
Tiny Tina's is going to be sick. They got 6 classes. You're going to get the multi-class. Your primary classes, you have to stick with that one, but for multi-class, and you can switch to any of the other 5. So it's going to be super cool. I'm really excited. I would love for us to have a group of 4 running through Tiny Tina's. That would be sick.
What's the biggest group you can have?
4.
Is there 4 of us?
4, yeah.
Or is there more
If
than
Tyrell will buy it.
Oh, will it come out on Xbox One or PC?
They're prolonging the life of Xbox One and PS4 because how much you can't find the PS5s and Xbox One.
Okay, well then we've got 5, but that'll give us more opportunities.
God,
to play.
Tyrell's going to slow our loading screen.
Dang it, Tyrell!
He's pinging at 210. What's going on?
He can buy it on computer.
Are these noobs really trying to mess with the
I mean,
PC?
I haven't had a
Huh? You guys want to get wrecked?
No, we're talking about Xbox right now.
Yeah, he's a PC gamer.
Kyle, do you use a controller or mouse and keyboard?
There's only one game that I've ever used controller on, and it was Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers, and that's just because that.
Oh, I'm using a controller on Lost Ark right now.
Seth, I'll take it from here. Gazoon ties.
He probably understood it. He's a big Naruto
You
guy.
play mouse keyboard.
Yeah.
You get a response. You get a responsiveness out of mouse and keyboard.
I can see that. I
I
definitely
saw
can.
someone on YouTube the other day showing off what he could do with a mouse.
Yeah.
Everything
see
is
it.
so
I
much
get
quicker. You would think that it all being in the right here is better, but it's not. Your reaction time is so much better.
You
with the
react
mouse.
better with your whole hand than you do.
Well, plus
your one
a
thumb.
joystick, it's jerky.
I don't think it's a reaction issue because you can turn the sensitivity of the joystick up and just be like, "Meow." But I think it's a accuracy issue. You're not as accurate on
Because a joystick will jump.
right. Yeah, you're like your joystick's like it's like send. Whereas with your mouse, you're just like there.
Apparently, they just make training things now, which makes sense because, I mean, esports gaming is such a thing. And this dude just was playing a mouse game where you just take your mouse and push the cursor through the things as fast and it's like, it kind of looks like Guitar Hero.
And
So
then
it's
it-
all
Oh,
on
I've
the
seen
screen.
that. Yeah.
And then when you get to the end, a leopard pops out and scares you.
He's so fast, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. No, PC's where it's at.
How's your esports team doing, Dustin?
We're doing all right. Well, we'll see.
Did you win your Smash Brothers the other day? I watched some of
We
it.
won, and then they forfeited on us because they were having technical difficulties.
Sure, they were.
It was Green County
They're getting
Tech.
whipped.
I love watching y'all. I got
It's fun.
I told him it would be so fun to play them just because how fast they would beat us.
Oh, man. Yeah, my kids are good at Smash Bros. They're good. They can beat me, no problem. I'm not that good. I told them, I was like, they'll be like, yeah, we beat Mr. Dustin. I was like, do you realize I last time I practiced this game was 2 weeks ago. You play every day.
I've seen the ballista. Tyrell's
Are you still talking about Elden Ring?
Yeah, he was saying there's a hand cannon in Elden Ring.
There is. There's an actual legit
He
cannon.
said it like you guys shouldn't know about it, though. He was like, there's a hand
There's
cannon.
also a shield cannon as well. Like it's a shield circle hole with a cannon gun in it.
It seems like.
I hope I enjoy this one. I'm gonna probably play this a lot.
There's also
Here's what I think. I think the story of it is going to be easier to follow. It's going to be because
There's a story?
You just started, so I don't know.
Was I supposed to watch that opening cutscene?
Oh no! Oh no!
Maverick.
I had a baby.
Maverick wanted attention.
I get that.
Seth just spent all his time jumping down in a hole, killing some skellies, coming back up, jumping down in a hole, killing some skellies.
here's the thing about the opening.
Spawn the big boss though.
Yeah, I wanted to fight him. I didn't get a chance to.
Well, I think the way this works is like when you kill a boss, they're dead permanently for that playthrough.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
No,
That's stupid.
So if I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to flex on this boss, he doesn't come back.
there is something I'll tell you about.
I've seen a part in the game where they're not bosses, but if they're extremely hard enemies.
Oh, like open world bosses, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
You beat them and they're done. They don't have the big health bar at the bottom. But like,
There's a thing in Demon Souls when I beat the first place of that, and I beat like the ooze thing that had all of the shields.
The
I beat
phalanx.
that.
Phalanx.
Yeah, I beat the phalanx, and then I went back up and around. I was trying to just clear out my map, and then there was this like protect. I found a key to a crypt, and I went up there, and there's like a protector of the crypt or something, and he was way nastier, and I was like, I think I never played it after he killed me.
The escalation game in the Souls-like games is unreal. How quick they escalate things.
What I was gonna say is like with Elden Ring, when you kill a lord, like a demigod character in these games,
Anyone with the name God in their name.
yeah, Godric, Godfrey.
We just killed dude at the beginning of the game. Didn't even have anything. Just
a basic soldier guy. The boss is down
it
that
was
cave.
like he's like I'm like the soldier you fought before, but with a bigger health bar.
Just wait till you get to Margit the Fell. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's real fun.
He makes me not ever want to play it again.
I had to fight.
Sounds incredibly uncool.
I fought him like 4 times before I actually beat him.
I was watching Northern Lion. He was in that Limgrave place past like the onyxes. You know what I'm talking about? The onyxes that stand straight up.
Well, I know what you're talking about. Like as far as Link.
When you first said that, I was like, "What in the crap are you talking?" And then I get it, Pokemon.
onyxes. Yeah. So
I've just
the enemy that's in the grave place or whatever. Like you step on that circle and it like
Everjail.
Everjail. Yeah. I watched Northern Lion try to fight that thing like 20 times and he couldn't. Is that a hard fight?
It is a hard fight.
Okay.
There's multiple Everjails.
I think he was level 1.
There's Everjails scattered all across the map.
Okay.
They're like, I think they're supposed to be like prisoners or whatever that have been locked away in those things, like the little
funny
DB
if there's other
planes.
players stuck.
Well, there's
That is a game. That's something in another game.
Neo.
Neo.
Yeah, you're just like you're a player. I'm gonna kick your butt, and you fight them. And you can kill them. You fight their leftovers or whatever.
Invasions so far, from what I've seen, have been pretty rare. But back to the Everjail thing though. Like, so I fought the Crucible Knight. It was extremely hard, but I did kill it after about 3 tries. But it was rough. That thing has ridiculous abilities. It can fly. It can summon up like a tail attack and sweep you with it twice. It's crazy.
Okay, so let's real quick pivot from Elden Ring to Pokemon Arceus.
Yes.
It's
fun. It's unlike any Pokemon games ever come out. But honestly, like we've in all of Pokemon, it's always about random encounters, get a health low, capture one Pokeball. But this, I'm just like, I got my Jet Ball. I'm like, got you. Boom. My one of my students that also has it. He didn't even know you can catch an alpha without fighting it. I was like, watch. Boom. I caught Miss Magius Pokemon, just Jet Ball from distance. is awesome. I think as you progress through the game, it gets a little easier to. I think they tweak the catch rate somehow, but it's a really fun game. It's just you just explore around. You get to explore ancient Sinnoh, the ancient Sinnoh region. It's called the Hisui region right now. I guess it'll get its name changed in another 100 years or so. It focuses on the legendary Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl, but it's a really fun game. It's Pokemon Go. I wish this is what Pokemon Go had been. Where you actually get to feel like you're a Pokemon trainer out in the world, not just not just
collecting things.
not just
All
saying.
Pokemon are life size too. So
Oh,
compared to you in game, all the Pokemon
Yeah.
are legit the size they're supposed to be.
You can just take your Pokemon.
So
and
have you
just,
seen Whale Lord yet?
No. Oh my
don't think
He's
he's
supposed to be the
gosh,
largest
dude.
one.
oh, is he in it?
I don't know. He's
Oh,
supposed to be the largest Pokemon. I've always-
I don't think he's
Go
in
is Pokemon Go still a thing?
Yeah, I've got it. I just don't ever. I keep getting told about
I
my
haven't played it in a
Gabite.
minute. Not in a long time.
No,
Arceus is Pokemon for adults. It's much better. There's no gyms.
You fight you actually have a mini game you have to fight for some of the I don't know what they're called.
So do you fight Pokemon?
Yeah, you can. And
You can train them.
What's funny is this is a more serious thing because when you talk to the people, they're like, Pokemon are scary. They're evil. They fight me. They shoot flames out of their mouth.
Yeah, in
It's
game,
how
if you see anybody with more than one Pokemon, it's a big deal.
Right, because they're a really good trainer, and then we're running around with 6 of them, and it's you can only fight with one
Only
of them.
6 of them.
I mean, dude,
20 would be nice.
It'd be, honestly,
now 20's a good thing.
it would actually be sick if you could throw out a second Pokemon and double battle with them.
Yeah, they gave new.
That's the thing. Team Rocket is always talking about doing evil stuff. Now I'm old school Team Rocket. I know there's other, Team Galaxy, blah blah blah.
Galaxy we're basically the precursor for Team Galaxy.
But here's the thing: the evil group of the specific franchise of Pokemon that's going on. It's always oh, I'm going to take this kid down 1-on-1 Pokemon style. No, bring a gun, shoot the kid, take his Pokemon.
Have you ever played or watched Yu-Gi-Oh? The fate of the human world is coming down to a children's card game.
It's the power in this card has enough to create a space-time continuum void.
Blow your mind.
Yeah. It's okay, well, if you've got that kind of power, that seems like one of the
It's a shadow.
world leaders that's really that should be something that's put to the UN, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not entrusted to a kid with colorful hair.
Voldemort was the most evil person in the world, but he still let Harry do all of his schoolwork. Yeah. Wait till the end of the year.
Sure did.
A nice dude, actually.
Education is important.
It is.
Wow.
So, once again to reiterate, guys, somehow on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever, on Twitch,
Don't do that.
get a hold of us, Let us know what you want to see us
At
play.
the Commoners Official and twitch.tv/Commoners of D&D.
You know what? I'll just give you AJ's phone number.
Help us build this brand.
Go ahead, Ty. Sorry.
I was just gonna say. So this is back to Elden Ring, but this is also this is something that you can do with people if they wanted to play with you guys on stream.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So
That'd be awesome.
Elden Ring actually.
Hey, if AJ's mom wants to play Elden Ring with us, give us a shout out.
No, I'm saying if anybody listening to this wants to play with you guys when you guys are streaming, Elden Ring included a new password system in the multiplayer. You can do up to
Among Us.
I think it's 5.
You know about it.
Yeah.
No.
Let Tyrell finish.
It's 5 group passwords you can create. So basically what it does is when you create a group password, you can see people's summon signs from that particular group. So you can designate the name of what it is, and you could announce it on here or whatever. And all they got to do is just enter in that password into the group thing.
Cool. They get to play with us.
And then you'll be able to see their messages and their blood stains, so you can see how they died.
That'd be pretty cool. We might try that.
So when they tell us to jump now, we'll know because we left us a message.
You know
Get you PS5 and get you some Elden Ring, Deb.
You'll know it was from them.
And play with the commoners of D&D.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, let's shut it down so I can set this crap up.
All right.
So there's nothing else we can cover? We've exhausted all of our subject matter.
I think we're pretty good.
We didn't want to talk about life water. I mean, he's got a life water right here.
It's a great water. I really do like that. pH balanced.
I will say
Good bottle too.
That's the only label I ever see on that size life water.
Hey, let me tell you something about Life Water. When we went to Colorado, you don't want to take like heavy bottles to carry your water in, so they tell you get like just a good plastic bottle. I used Life Water bottles. I got like the liter,
Colorado approved.
the liter ones, and they held up the whole trip. Really
That's
good.
high praise.
High praise.
Life Water, good bottle, good water. Check us out, Commoners Official and twitch.tv/Commoners of DND, and we're about to play some DND. And check out Tiger Skull RPG and use our code Commoners30 for 30% off everything in the store.
See ya!